Hey, my name is Monica, and in fifth grade, we went to the Orlando Science Center for a field trip. I was excited for multiple reasons. One, I was a huge science lover. Two, my teacher was an absolute bully whom I hated, and luckily could get away from for most of the day. She would make up lies and get me in trouble with my parents, and then smirk the next day when she saw bruises on me. But lastly, I had found out that the day before my crush and I were going to be in the same group of seven, guided by a parent known for not caring too much about what you do as long as you don't die. My crush Sam was absolutely beautiful. A sweet boy who was blessed well by puberty over the summer. His shoulders wide, his waist slim, his hair was a brilliant ginger shade, complemented by his jade green eyes and cute dark freckles, carefully painted across the bridge of his nose. He was quick on his feet and just as quick to make a joke. And let's be honest, who can resist a cute redhead, boy or girl? Not me. We get off the bus, and Sam and I immediately dive into the beauty that was the Orlando Science Center. I had no idea he was a fellow nerd. We were casual friends, enough not to make things awkward, but not enough to know much about each other. So discovering he adored science was great for me. I remember messing with pulley systems with him, venturing through the human body floor and making terrible puns along the way. He rubbed his hands along the giant ball of electricity on one floor and immediately rubbed it on my head to try and get my hair to stand on end. And I couldn't help but notice how his hand stayed on my collarbone a bit too long after. Lunch came and I looked at my stomach was fluttering the entirety of the trip and I could even fathom eating with how jittery it was. Mrs. Sargent, my bitch-ass teacher, demanded to know why I wasn't eating, and was unsatisfied by I'm not hungry. You won't get to leave the room until you eat something. Everything. The planetarium is next. You better eat if you want to go and see the movie, she sneered, and stuck to her words, forcing me to down the raisins, I hate them, and chocolate milk, I'm lactose intolerant, but finally I was freed, back to an excited Sam. Now, for anyone who does not know what a planetarium is, it's a giant dome-shaped theater. Imagine walking outside, looking up, and the sky was playing A Bug's Life or something. It was just like that. It was absolutely beautiful. This trip included a showing about the stars above, the constellations, light pollution, all the fun facts. Sam was a huge space lover, planned on working at NASA eventually, and succeeded last time I checked Facebook, and was entirely geeked out about this showing. I was inspired by his love for it and became excited as well. I simply wanted to watch him fawn over the showing. It's too cute when people do that. We found our seats and we were immediately plunged into a darkness I didn't even know was possible. I sat back in the uncomfortable chair, encased in the crazy spins and stomach-lurching turns as the show shot us through the cosmos. The narrator had a smooth, deep voice similar to the great Morgan Freeman himself. But it couldn't trump the soft squeaks my crush expelled as he whispered space facts to me, the cool tip of his nose touching my blushing cheek. He was so close, going on about black holes, tying it all off with an excited, "Isn't it amazing?" whispered in my ear. I mumbled an agreement, my stomach full of butterflies, threatening to burst through the show and disrupt everything. Was it too hot in there, or was it just me? I finally worked up the courage to look at Sam, noses touching. The scene around us lit with thousands of stars, gently illuminating his face, yet reflecting brilliantly in his eyes. After a moment he whispered, "I think it's beautiful." And I could tell he was not talking about the stars. He moved, millimeters being covered at a snail's pace closer to my mouth. This was going to be my first kiss, and I couldn't imagine a better scene as a kid. Just me, a cute boy, and a sky full of stars. I was so excited. I could feel nerves build up in my throat and the butterflies in my stomach. Wait, no, those were not nerves. Instead, I proceeded to retch, causing Sam to lean away before vomiting in his fucking lap. The heat, fluttering stomach, all the beginning of a stomach bug, which was given fuel when I ate lunch. I vomited in my crushed lap, guys. I honestly hope Sam doesn't remember me like ever. To those asking, I remember this in detail because not only was it so goddamn traumatic, but it was one of the best days of my life as well. It ignited a love for science for me, plus, who could forget an entire day you got to spend with your crush? And yeah, I stalked him on Facebook to see what he does now. Nothing too major, if I remember, he actually simply works at the NASA Visitor Center, helping hosting school trips and stuff, but he still sort of followed his dream.